Namaskar, Namaste. A warm welcome to HopeFairy. Thank you for all your love and for all your support. In my prior videos, you must have seen that I had mentioned that I'm going to get experts about certain concepts before you. And today I feel humbled and blessed that I have one such expert whom I know very closely available. And thank you so much, Soumyendra, for giving your time to HopeFairy. I know you have been into a lot of things, so getting this time, this exclusive time for HopeFairy, like we are humbled very much.
No, thank you very much. This is my honor and pleasure is entirely mine. So thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much. While I want to, make my audience know who you are, let me take a new way of introducing you to them.
Certainly.
So, since the time I know Soumyendra, I know him as my peer coach. I know him as one of the directors of ICF Kolkata. I know him as that he has been a corporate honcho where he had traveled across the globe when he was working with corporates, various top-notch corporates, as well as he is extremely musical, where you have been representing some big brands, where he had been one of the members of those brands and have performed shows all across. Okay, he is extremely good in writing scripts. I have seen you write such wonderful creatives. Creative writing flows just like this. So where from do you get such creative energy? I'm really curious to know.
In fact, I also want to know, to be honest. But yeah, thank you for asking that. And Uma, the creativity is a function of curiosity. Unfortunately, and to sort of digress a bit, our education system in the country doesn't allow for people to be creative. Thankfully, I think part of this whole creative energy comes from the fact that I've grown up in an environment where curiosity was, supported. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, they say that, life takes twists and turns, right? And it's up to you to take, conscious decision as to whether you want to go that way or not go that way. I've never said no to any twist and turn. Many of the 3 or 4 you've heard of, there are 10 stories of what didn't happen. Okay, but I've never been worried about what people will say, how will I look like. I mean, you probably don't even know that I represented India in martial arts. Okay, so I'm just telling you that have I made it really big in that direction? No. Corporate life took over, family took over, various difficulties come through, but that curiosity is insatiated. I want to learn, I want to do things. Even today, and I keep telling everybody that life is too precious for you to retire. I mean, life or retirement is a wasted time because there are so many wonders. Today, a couple of days back, I was talking to my family and telling them the history of Taj Mahal. Okay, and I'm reading about Taj Mahal now. Suddenly, I'm gone crazy about reading about Bible and Taj Mahal. So it's a fundamental principle of creativity, creative energy is curiosity and not to be afraid of failure. If you are worried about how you look like, then you can never be creative. So that's, I think, where it started from.
That's wonderful, and that's so substantial, so grounded theory that you just now, elucidated. One thing that is coming to my mind is that about the science behind thinking. When you say that curiosity and how to sustain your curiosity and making yourself okay to fail. To do this, you need a certain mindset. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a deep question and it has many layers. So let me sort of de-layer it a bit. So first, let's start by understanding how we take decisions in life. Now, I'll go back to a very old example of which I think everyone in the audience will know of, Sir Isaac Newton. When he was sitting under the apple tree, the apple fell. Now, he had two choices. He could have picked up the apple and eaten it, or he could have gone into deep thinking as to why the apple fell in the first place. Now, your brain has two different circuits. One circuit is called the reflexive thinking circuit, or the X system. It's also called X system in neuroscience. And the other system of thinking is called reflective. So reflexive is automatic. You do things 85% of the time. We are doing things, taking decisions which are automatic in nature. But the 15% of the time we are actually reflecting and thinking why this happened, what could I do better. So the more you indulge in reflective thinking, the more is your ability to generate curiosity. That's the first part. So every day, all of us are placed with choices, and we are taking one or the other. And these choices ultimately lead us to where we are. Okay, so that's a fundamental philosophy behind thinking, science of thinking. The other element of this whole creative thinking is something called insight. Okay, now your brain experiences when what is a thought? A thought is nothing but a electrochemical movement through a certain neural path in your brain, right? Now, when you connect the patterns which are unconnected, and the brain actually connects them, you suddenly get what is called a light bulb moment. You suddenly wake up and say, "Oh, I now know what it is." Now, insights is such an interesting phenomenon that every time you get that insight, you get that aha moment, your brain actually pumps dopamine into your, it's a neurohormone, neurotransmitter, and that makes you feel happy. And because you feel happy, you feel like more engaged to do things, which is why it's so important for people to get their own ideas and not listen to what everybody else is saying. So why I'm saying this to you is that fundamentally, if anybody wants to be creative or wants to do different things, or want to try different things, they need to experience insights. Now you can get insights in two ways. One, you can get insights when you're relaxed and sitting quietly. You're not thinking of something very deep. You'll suddenly get, your brain will start connecting dots. Okay, that's what happened to the famous story of Kekule. Have you heard of the Kekule story?
No, I didn't.
So Kekule was a guy who invented the benzene ring. Now, benzene has 4 carbon, right? So if you have 4 carbons and each has a hydrogen, you can only get 4 carbon, 6 carbon atoms can give you 8 hydrogen atoms. And he couldn't figure out how benzene had only 6 hydrogen atoms, because the chain didn't allow that to happen. And then when he went to sleep, he dreamt of 6 snakes biting each other's tail. And when he got that dream, that was his brain actually connected at that moment, and he woke up and he realized that benzene is actually a ring structure. So insights is a very important aspect of creativity. And one, when you sit quietly, if you ruminate quietly, if you think through, if you sit in a quiet place and think, insights will happen. Second, if you're coached by people, you also get insights.
Right.
That's why the coaching profession today has grown so widely. Okay, so these are some of the things that, which are some of the science behind how our brain actually works.
Right. Wonderful. So you have actually mentioned certain things so profound, which is, and I believe, although you have trained yourself and you have done multiple certifications and gone through myriad levels of preparation to reach this level of understanding about the concept. Now, for my viewers, how can you make it in a little doable manner, so that somebody, in order to understand what you mentioned, can quickly get it?
Okay. Again, a very interesting question. My first answer to the viewers will be, if you believe you have a creative streak, first, and I want to emphasize that word believe. Only when you believe in yourself, you'll be able to see what's there in you. And I'm 120% sure that everybody listening to this podcast has some talent or the other.
Absolutely.
Believe in your talent, and only one thing you have to do: take the first step, do it, try it. Okay, do not worry about what others are going to tell you, how what people have thought about you and what you should be doing. We have hundreds of stories of people who started in one direction and landed up somewhere else. There are celebrities who wanted to become doctors and become the top-notch celebrities of today. So you got to take the first step. That's the first thing that you need to do. Okay. The second thing you need to do is to keep trying. There is no better, how should I say, step. Without perseverance, you're not going to get anywhere. You may be very talented, even the most talented. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger became 13 times world, Mr. Universe. And for the first 25 years of his life, he just exercised. Right. So there is no end to perseverance. You got to persevere. If you believe that you are good at something, you have heard many stories, I'm sure even in your podcast, of people who have come out of all odds and done things.
Right.
The only reason they could do it is because, one, they believed in themselves. Two, they started doing it. There's no point in sitting back and saying, I'm very good at painting, but who the hell will look at my painting? And three is that you have to persevere. You cannot be worried about what's happening around you. So, and if you, I may give my own story actually, if that
Please,
makes any sense.
Of course.
See, Uma, I've been in corporate world for 31 years or plus actually, and when my retirement age was sort of upcoming, I realized that I had to do something else. I got fed up of working. So I thought, let me do something, and that's when I encountered professional coaching. Okay. So I got certified in coaching, and I decided to hang up my boots, and I started my own company called Think.Connect.
Wow.
Okay. It was just a coaching company with me alone being the only lone employee of that company. For the first 9 months, I struggled because, one, those days, not too many people knew about coaching in the corporate world. Two, people have had very bad experiences with coaching and coaches in those days. So net result, there was a lot of cynicism in the system. Okay, and it took me 8-9 months, and I was at a point where I was wondering whether I can even continue any further. But this whole fundamental principle of perseverance, that if you persevere hard enough, and this also got triggered by a mentor of mine who told me that, are you failing every day? Then success must be around the corner. And that, really, really held me hard. And I said, okay, I must continue to do it. And after the 9th month, I finally started finding clients and business, and then Think.Connect now is taken over by Neuro Leadership Institute. That's how I became part of them. And it's been a great success story. But it wasn't easy at all, given that I don't even come from a business background. I'm a corporate guy. So it took time and perseverance to get there.
True. So these are some of the stories, which will give you the hope to try and leave everything apart, whether it would fail, not fail. Because what I feel deeply, that failure is just a data. It doesn't make you as a failure. Many a times we take it we personify it. We make it a part of our identity, and that stops us from time. So once we are, and he so nicely, Soumyendra has made it so clear for us that it's just a simple 3-step formula for you to achieve what you want to achieve, to be what you want to be, and make your life a celebrated one. So Soumyendra, thank you so much. HopeFairy team, the entire team is extremely benefited by what you mentioned, and I'm sure all our viewers are definitely going to have their own takeaways from this podcast with you.
It's been a wonderful experience talking to you, Uma, and I wish HopeFairy all the very best.
Thank you.
You're doing some great work here. So thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.